There's a lot of concern about the ability of our society to sustain itself in retirement, as there's a great deal more pressure given the economy, given the fact that people are living longer. And that's probably the biggest issue that faces us in terms of a challenge. How people are living longer, does that mean they're going to be able to retire for a longer period of time? Mm-hmm. And how sustainable is that? And that age issue is putting huge amounts of pressure, not just in terms of the federal entitlement programs like Social Security and Medicare, but also state pension programs. I mean, the biggest challenge that a lot of the states and municipalities are facing is the fact that you've got a lot of workers who are retiring at relatively young ages, in their late 50s, mm-hmm. sometimes even earlier. And their reason, there are reasonable arguments made in terms of why they should be able to retire early, but as they're retiring early and everyone's living longer, you can have people who are retired for 30 or 40 years. Is that a sustainable system over a long period of time? And that's a major question that we're going to have to ask ourselves fairly soon. We need to have an adult conversation in this country around the issue of what does retirement mean? And it shouldn't just be a benefits focused conversation. It's got to be a global conversation, not just involving, not just focusing on the pension side or the healthcare side, but also on the workforce management side. Companies need to be involved and understand that they're going to be required to keep workers longer than they currently do. It can't be a one-sided equation. But the problem is we have this sort of expectation of people that they think they're going to be retiring in their early 60s, and that's based on the fact that that's the way it's always been. Mm-hmm. Way back when Social Security was first established in the late 30s, they picked 65. Right. Ironically, at that point, most men didn't live past 65. Today, obviously, the vast majority of men, and certainly women as well, are living well into their 70s, and that, as I said, is increasing each year. And over time, it's very realistic that you're going to have life expectancies encroaching 90. And what does that mean in terms of the ability of this country to fiscally manage all of these folks in retirement? So it's critical that we encourage personal savings. It is absolutely necessary. We can't rely on the government to provide the sole source of retirement income. Otherwise, what you're doing is you're changing that three-legged stool into a pogo stick.